Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel, we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options, you are definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance. And just to let you know, I'm not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. Now, I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use that to start an account and get 2 free stocks. And I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could use that to start an account and also get 1 free stock. So, just to let you know, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation, leave a comment below and I'll try to get to it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any new videos. Okay, so let's get into the market today. Today is May 6th, 2021. And as you can see on the day, the S&P 500 is up 0.26%. The Dow is also up 0.48%, and the NASDAQ is down a little bit, 0.05%. But as you can see, we are well off the lows of the day, which happened around 11 o'clock this morning. The NASDAQ was down pretty bad this morning. S&P and the Dow were also down, but since then, they have regained their traction, and they are green on the day. So let's get into the stock we wanted to take a look at today. Today I'm going to be going over Palantir again. Now I've done a couple videos on this in the past. I will provide a link in the upper right hand corner. You should be seeing that right about now. And you could go back and watch those videos and just take a look at how I got to this point on my chart and where I got my support and resistance lines from. And just go back and check them out. And, this is going to be an update on those videos. So today, Palantir is actually currently trading below $20, which is pretty shocking to me, okay? I've never seen, this thing hasn't been below $20 since back in November of 2020. So, you did drop below $20 on March 5th right here is the low. But it quickly regained and was bought back up under that level. But right now we are currently trading, below $20 here, and it's currently trading at $19.96. It's down $1.18 on the day, and that is the equivalent of 5.6% today. So we're seeing a pretty big sell-off in these big high-flying tech names, these growth stocks. A lot of these are getting sold off today and in the past week, so it has not changed. So about Palantir, their market cap is $38.74 billion, and they have earnings coming out on May 11th in the pre-market. So their earnings are coming up next week, and the stock is selling off again prior to earnings here. So we did see a big sell-off after demo day. You saw the big run-up before demo day right in this area. Or no, that was actually right in this area. This was last demo day right here around April, the middle of April here. And you saw the big run-up. It tried to, get over this 50-day moving average right here in the blue. But demo day did not, it disappointed a lot of investors, and it did not create the hype that last demo day did, as you could see right in here where it ran to the all-time highs of $45 on January 27th of earlier this year. And this demo day, it was not as good as last one, and there was not as much hype around it, as you would say. So it got stopped out at the 50-day moving average right here and quickly sold off down to around the $21 mark. But it did recover a little bit after that, and now we were seeing another sell-off in this stock. So I got to move around my trend lines for a second here. They should have been already moved, but for some reason every time I exit out of this app, it moves my trend lines back here. So I'm going to move them right here. And I'll get this chart all set up before we get into it. So as you can see here, The 52-week high was $45. We did reach that on January 27th after demo day, and we've seen a retest of those highs right on around here. They could not get back up to those all-time highs. They tried to, so this was a double top right in here, and you know, we're gonna want to see this thing close around this area around $39. We're going to need to see this close above $39 for it to, you know, move on to new all-time highs. So once it gets back up to this area, which I do think it will, you know, in the future, I'm not exactly sure when, but once it does get back up to these levels here in the stock price, we're going to want to see it close above $39 to move on to all new highs, okay? So during this correction, we had support around $30 and we have lost that. We easily lost that during the correction, and it kept selling off to our next support level, which was $25 and around 40 cents. You could see that did not hold up either, and it continued to sell off past our $23.50 support right here. That was it was pretty strong support around this level. You could see it was past support right in here. So we thought we were going to stop out around there, and that was going to be as low as it would go during this correction. And you could see it did recover above these support levels during the worst of the correction that we thought, and it recovered back up. But we ended up breaking that support level on the next sell-off, and we moved down to our $21 and around 15 cents right here. That's going to be our next support level that we were, you know, we really thought that was going to be the strong support that wasn't going to give out. But as you could see, once again, we were wrong, and we are currently trading below that today. We have broken that support around $21.15, and we are right below there now at $19.96. So we're seeing another sell-off. You know, hopefully we still have the rest of the day to get back above the support level, but it's pretty far below there now, and you know, who knows what could happen. The NASDAQ is green, or is almost green, I'm sorry. The S&P and the Dow are green, but the NASDAQ is down a little bit. It is off the lows of the day, but as you can see, these growth stocks are not recovering today. They are just not doing very much of anything. No one's really buying these up. So that's what's causing these things to lag behind the NASDAQ. You know, you'll see the NASDAQ that's up on the day, and still these type of stocks here are still red. So as you can see, I moved my trend lines around, and I've had to move this green trend line to follow the trend of this stock a lot of times, and I've also moved this line a bunch of times too, this downtrend line that it's been stuck in, you know, since the correction started around the middle of February here. So I've had to keep moving this line because we originally had it going down here and, you know, shooting down into here, and we thought it broke out of this downtrend right here, but you know, it quickly sold off around demo day, and it got right back in that downtrend. Okay, so I moved it again at this point. You'll probably see that if you watched any of my other videos on this one, and you would see that the trend lines were in a different spot. So I moved it again to coincide with this right here after the false breakout, and once again, we thought it broke out right in this area. Okay, once it touched off the support again, it made a triple bottom right here, and we thought that was going to be the time to break out right here. But as you can see, this 50-day moving average here, which is right on my trend line, is acting as strong resistance for this stock. Every time it gets up around that 50-day moving average, you can see right here, and right here, 3 times now it has gotten stopped out by that 50-day moving average, and it's acting as very strong resistance. So now we've almost made a quadruple bottom here. We got 1, 2, 3, and a 4th time we've tested this support level, and now it looks like we broke our support right here. So that is not a good sign, and it's also not a good sign that, you know, it is getting very close. I just moved this downtrend to intersect, or I moved my uptrend line, which is marked here in the green, And, you know, it's been on this little bit of an uptrend here since it was released back in October. You could see went right out of the gate, this stock just flew right up. So it's been on this uptrend ever since then, ever since it debuted on the stock exchange. But as you could see, I keep having to move it here to intersect with my other trend line. So we're going to be waiting right here, you know, until a couple weeks. It looks like the end of May on the 31st. It's going to have to make a move one way or the other. And it looks like it is continuing to follow this downtrend. And that 50-day moving average is going to follow my trend line also and keep going down. So if we don't break that 50-day moving average, it's going to cause this stock to keep going lower and lower. Now, my green trend line is not a strong trend line, as you can see, because I keep having to move it over. So we've only got one touch off it right now. It's touched it today, and that's about it. But I laid it out to intersect at a point in time around the 1st of June to, you know, either make a decision on this stock on which way it's going to continue to follow. So we still have a couple weeks for my trend lines and my ideas here. If you guys have your own ideas, I mean, go ahead with it. You know, everybody has their own different system of how they trade and how they lay out charts, but that's just the way I'm going to do it here, just to see give it another couple weeks to see if it'll, you know, consolidate possibly and possibly break out of this downtrend marked here in the red and break through that 50-day moving average. Really, that 50-day moving average is the most important thing, because I keep moving my trend lines around. But really, we're just staring at the face of this 50-day moving average. That is what we really need to break to be able to move up and break out of this downtrend that we're on. So we'll keep watching that, you know, to see if it'll retest that and eventually break. And as you can see here on the 4-hour chart, it looks like we have a little bit of a 200-day moving average. You know, you're not going to get too much. I didn't have a 200-day moving average on my daily chart because the stock debuted so recently, so there is no 200-day moving average yet. But you could see here on the 4-hour chart, we do have a little bit of a 200-day moving average, and it looks like that is acting as our resistance right here and over here on our 4-hour chart. So you'll continue to watch that 200-day moving average on the 4-hour. You can see it got stopped out right here and right in here. So, you know, continue to watch that. Let's switch over to the 1-hour chart and see what it's looking like over here. And there's not really much going on here support and resistance wise with our moving averages. You could see maybe our 200-day moving average would be acting as resistance on the 1-hour chart. So keep an eye on that also. If you see it break through that, you'll know that we are moving, it is going to be a bullish sign and we might be moving up. So, you know, watch your different time frames and the different moving averages that have been acting as resistance or support, and keep an eye on that to, you know, coincide with your larger time frames, you know, going forward. So that's just my quick little update on Palantir. As you can see, if we stay below this support level right here at $21.15, our next support level is going to be around $17.85. That's where I have it marked down on my chart. So we're going to need to watch this very closely. If it can't hold this support, there is a possibility of this thing dropping down to $17.85. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that moving forward. That's my video on Palantir. If you guys liked it, be sure to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button so you don't miss out on any new videos. And we will see you next time on Chart Stoppers.